Of course, the housing minister, Trade Union Congress, and also Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, according to a statement that is on the ministry's website. Dangiwa questioned the consistent and disproportionate rise in the price of cement, particularly given that cement producers in the country primarily obtain all their raw materials locally. And he has actually said that it is disheartening to see how much Nigerians now have to pay for essential building commodities like cement, with the prices rising almost on a daily basis. And he said he doesn't understand the reason for the increment, and as such, it is unacceptable. It is not being, it's not about the minister talking about, having it as unacceptable. What is the ministry doing to ensure that prices of cement comes down? These days, an average Nigerian cannot even build house anymore. I'm not even sure your civil service salary can even help you build a house, because how long will you pay for you to get a house these days? Now that cement is being sold for almost, some people say 6,500 naira, and this is cement that used to sell for about 1,500 some time ago.
Well, at this point in time, him just condemning it and saying it's not possible or it's not good is not enough. More, we need to back our words with action at this point. And until we see the president give the attention it deserves to the economy, we may not be seeing any growth in that aspect.
Guess I just had to look at current prices of cement, February 2024 right now, and this is according to Nigerian Queries. They do this survey of prices of things, and according to them, they said for brands like Dangote Cement, it now sells between 6,200 and 9,500 for a 50 kg bag. The wholesale price is 6,000 to 9,300. Lafarge Cement 6,001 to 6,500. Aboa Cement is between 5,900 to 6,500. Elephant Cement between 6,200 to 6,500.
So now, you're seeing if you take the mean, the average of everything, you're looking at 6,000, between 6,500.
Exactly.
Yes, that's about it. It's really high, Simeon. If you calculate
how many blocks of cement will you remove from one bag of blocks?
How many blocks will you take out?
Bag?
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the cost of living is going up. Cost of even building your own home is going up. The rent itself is going up.
And if you go and buy pan, I don't know if you know what we call pan, zinc. That's what we used to call pan. If you go and buy pan now, say you want to do your own small shanty on your land, development control will come and scatter it and say, oh, you don't have to do this. This is not standardized. At the end of the day, who can now afford block and cement in the same country?
All right, let's jump on another headline this morning. You're looking at a breaking news of the intraday high has hit a record peak of 1,607, Simeon. 1,607 naira to a dollar. This is amidst the rising demand pressure and inflation surge. 1,607 naira to a dollar. This is the trading. This was, the price as of yesterday. Really, the Nigerian naira has reached a historic peak against the US dollar, hitting a 1,607 naira in the intraday high, trading on February 15th, 2024. The surge comes amidst escalating demand pressure and further undermining the value of the Nigeria's currency. Meanwhile, the official exchange rate closed at 1,469.96 naira to a dollar on the same day, highlighting the currency's volatility. Simeon, you went all the way up to 1,600 and then came back down to 1,400. That's 200. Imagine those trading, those forex traders right now. The naira is completely unstable. So in tandem with the currency's volatility, Nigeria is grappling with a substantial surge in inflation. According to the NBS, January's inflation rate soared to about 29.9%, which indicates a severe economic challenge that is facing the nation. Despite the CBN's implementation of various policies that are aimed at bolstering the supply of forex, the persistent demand pressure persists.
It's quite alarming, especially at this point. I sorry for a lot of us, especially as Nigerians, since we are heavily import dependent. And of course, this time I pity manufacturers and importers as well, with the fluctuation of the naira and all the value of the naira at the moment.
Talking about importation, let's take this headline from the CBN: adjusting their exchange rates. CBN would have their own exchange rate for cargo clearance. They've adjusted it to 1,515 naira to a dollar. 1,515 naira to a dollar. Now, the CBN has raised the exchange rate for the clearance of goods from 1,444 naira to 1,515 naira against the USD. This marks an increase of 70 naira compared to the prior rate. A check of the federal government's single window trade portal of the customer service indicates that the former exchange rate of 1,444 naira to the USD has been adjusted upwards to 1,515 naira to a dollar. What exactly is the effect of this? Now, you're looking at the fact that the local currency has crossed the 1,500 mark this month, marking a record depreciation despite the increase in transactions. So, Cardoso stated that the volume of transactions on the FX market has crossed $1 billion. This is the first time in years, but still we're having that increment. Now, he talked about the fact that the increase in the volume of transactions is due to a series of reforms embarked upon by the Apex Bank. Some of those reforms include discontinuance of CBN Development Finance Program, removing the cap on the spread of interbank transactions, and he noted that the bank's policies are geared towards discouraging arbitrage and increase the inflow, especially from diaspora. Let's see how all these reforms would actually play out in our economic realities.
And also talking about the recent move by the CBN, right now the CBN have now stopped dollar cash payments for foreign personal, business travels. And according to this report, CBN has now announced a significant policy change directing all unauthorized dealer banks to cease the payout of personal travel allowance known as PTA, as well as the BTA, which is the business travel allowance, in cash. Instead, these allowances must now be processed through electronic channels or electronic means, including debit or credit cards. No more cash. And this directive is signed by Dr. Hassan Mahmood, the director of the Trade and Exchange Department. This aim is to bolster transparency and stability in the foreign exchange market, and also curbing forex malpractices. So these are a lot of policies the CBN is trying to put in place to ensure that we see the value of the naira appreciate over the dollar. And also, quickly, let me talk about this particular one, as some Nigerians and even stakers have kicked against this. We're talking about business and those in the business of betting. Although we don't encourage betting on this platform, but also is necessary, we'll give you the information as well. Right now, stakers are now rejecting a move by the House of Reps to stop sports betting in the country. The House of Reps, has resolved to stop sports betting in the country and urged the National Lottery Regulatory Commission to comply with the Lottery Regulatory Commission Act 2005. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion by Kelechi Nwogo, who is of PDP, and in Rivers State at plenary in Abuja just yesterday, Thursday. It is reported, that approximately 60 million Nigerians aged between the ages of 18 and 49 engage in one form of sports betting or the other. And according to the lawmaker, weak or neglected regulation of sports betting have given rise to mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, and addiction. This led me to something I saw some time ago. I came across a particular live. Some people do this Instagram live and YouTube live of a popular media personality. They call him Daddy Freeze. So he was on live, and a particular lady called in. I think she should be in her 20s, and she said she wants to end her life. And that's because she used the money she wanted to use for business to put into sport betting. And she's good at that. And she showed a video of an insecticide, a picture of an insecticide she was holding, that she was going to end her life. And of course, Nigerians had to rally around to help her clear, that particular money. But looking at it, would it be wrong for House of Reps member to want to stop sports betting? Even though some people are like, need a help. Anyhow. It
did help because you see situations where sometimes your tickets go enter, sometimes the tickets go cut. Sometimes
you call it tickets?
It's tickets. That's what they call it.
Guess it. Is there something you need to tell me that I'm not
as
aware
an
of?
OAP, you need to know a little bit about everything. So I have some people around me who have, in one way or the other, dabbled. Put the tip of their toe in betting. Yes. So it's something that you as an individual, if you do not have self-discipline, I do not see why it has to do with the National Assembly. What's their business? I don't know how it's affecting. Out of all the issues in the world, this is the one that the National Assembly is trying to focus on.
It's trying to maintain the truth is what our legislators are
there are other
to
things. There are other things that are bothering Nigerians.
See, aside protecting us, aside food security, they need to ensure that the well-being of Nigerians and those they represent is intact. Hence, we've heard people commit suicide. With the other time I saw a report in the news of a young lady in a particular university that gave her school fees to her boyfriend to go and play
Simeon, if things were working right, if we had situations where a graduate would come out of school and be gainfully employed with a very, very good salary, would we have people looking for where to bet here and there? With the betting companies, will they be in business? They will not be in business, or even if they are in business, it wouldn't be so lucrative for them at this point. So they should focus on creating jobs. They should focus on enabling the environment, opening up the economy, and ensuring that there are laws and policies in place. The kinds of laws that we are pushing for are ones that will benefit Nigerians, and leave the sports bettors alone.
65 million Nigerians engaging in betting. That's about half of Nigeria's population. That are now doing betting. It's a problem, especially if it affects your mental well-being. It wouldn't have been a problem if it's not affecting your mental well-being, and people are not using their life earning, to put into it. This is almost like MMM.